Okay, this morning we're inside of a hog barn, and today we're going to take out an older C2000 and replace it with the JD2900 Inlet. The C2000 was a good inlet in its day, but it's kind of outdated. It's not an insulated inlet. It condensates, sweats, you get a lot of moisture around it. Sometimes in the extreme cold weather they'll freeze, either shut or freeze open. They'll freeze open, you'll get hot air escaping up into the attic, which can cause corrosion in the attic, rusted rafter plates. Your insulation will get wet and settle, but a lot of wood rotting around the edges where it's mounted, the screws and stuff will just deteriorate. Basically, it's just not an insulated inlet. It's not really designed real well for extreme cold weather. So we're going to take this inlet out and put the 2900 back up in. Okay, now that we've taken our C2000 down, and you can see that we had a little problem. We had to do some prying and breaking it loose. The screws were all rusted off, so we had to use a pair of vice grips to actually screw them out. But now we've got that done. We left the existing attic sleeve, stays in the attic, and now this inlet will fit right over that existing hole. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to install the JD2900 Inlet. In this particular inlet, they have it in at a 45, so you're going to have to decide which direction you want your airflow to go, and that's going to vary on the building that you have. But this particular one, we're going to shoot the air this direction right here. So we just put it up over the existing hole. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start installing the counterweight kit, and that all comes in a bag, comes in a kit. You need to take, there's a 1/4-inch bolt, a bent washer, put the bolt through the washer, unlock it, and this will go through one of these two holes on the lid. On the top side there's going to be just a regular flat washer and a 1/4-inch lock nut. And basically I just start that just enough so that's started, just so it'll stay there. Now we're going to go ahead and put the other one on. Again, the bolt, bent washer, bent goes up through the hole, put the washer on. Just barely start the nut. Okay, then I go ahead and shut her back up. Okay, now that we've got those two bolts started in there, this is the arm that goes on that the weight goes to, and we're going to put it underneath those bolts. The shorter arm is going to go onto the lid, and that's the reason of these bent washers. You just go ahead and slide this on so the bent part actually locks it in. Now we're going to open the lid and we're going to go ahead and tighten it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put this support arm on. Basically a plastic arm, it's got two holes in it. We use a smaller hole. It's going to slide over this stainless steel rod. Okay, now that we've got that little plastic support arm on, this nylon bushing comes in the kit. Stainless steel screw goes in the bushing. You're going to go through this hole and into this this indentation here that's on the side of the inlet. So just put it through there, line it up with that little mark there. Just go ahead and snug that up there. You don't have to be real tight. Now what that does is that just allows it to pivot. So once the arm is just helping support that rod. Okay, now the weight, we're going to put the weight on. Basically there's two rubber grommets here. You go ahead and slide the first one onto the rod. And they're pretty tight. Slide that up. Slide the weight on. Put the other rubber grommet on. And that's it. You just hold that there tight. Now you're going to basically install that to how much static pressure you want the inlet to open at. So that is adjustable. But now you just turn your shutoffs open. And now the inlet is ready it'll open up with the static pressure that your fans create. Okay, we've got this one done. Now we're going to go over and put the weight on the other blade. Okay, now we're just going to kind of go through the benefits of this inlet. It's exactly the same size as what the C2000 was, so you basically take that inlet down, put this one up. No framing or anything of that sort. Same attic sleeve. This has an insulated lid, 3/4-inch R-board, covered on all four sides. We have this rubber seal, so when it shuts up tight. You don't get any air leakage back up into the attic. It's a double-walled housing, so that's going to give you some R value there too. So you're not going to get near the sweating or the condensation buildup like you've seen on the other ones. You're not going to get air escaping into the attic like you had before. It it does let in more air. It's a 2400 CFM inlet, so you're going to get 33% more air than what you were with the C2000 if you had the fan power to pull that through there. So it's a more CFM air inlet, just a more durable, rugged, will take the cold weather, will take the power washing, just a good solid inlet for today's market.